Hello, everyone, and welcome to the A Million Little Perspective. This is episode 16 of the podcast. This will be covering the episode The Rosary of A Million Little Things, Season 1, Episode 16. This episode was written by Tawaya Bachawara and Ali Lavelanto, directed by Richard J. Lewis. And as always, we start with the segment where we talk about the theme of the episode or a question with our guest. And today we have Jeremy. Hello.
Hello.
And we always have
I'm
our
Jeremy.
co-host, Adam. Hello. How are you doing?
Hello.
Okay. Yeah, so today's question is fairly simple. What is your favorite restaurant? Do you want to go first, Jeremy? Or yeah.
Sure, I'll go first. I guess my favorite restaurant would probably be either there's like this restaurant in Singapore right now like called Jukit, or there's one called Kaso, and then there's also a Japanese restaurant called Sushi Hero that I remember eating in Indonesia. The first two I like a lot because it's just like it's like just like Asian dishes and rice. Just as living in an Asian household, eating that really often. That's just like my comfort food. So I really love that. And for Sushi Hero, I just liked the variety of like Japanese dishes they had, and it all tasted quite good. Like they had a lot of good sushi, of course, but they also had like some good noodles like soba, and they also had some other like rice bowls or like fried rice that tasted great. So just the variety was nice.
Yeah, very Asians love their rice. Even me, and sushi has lots of them too. Adam, do you want to go or should I go? It's up to you.
I've never heard of Sushi Hero before.
It was in Pim, actually, like I think like Street Gallery. It was on like the first, second floor or whatever.
Was it
Pretty good.
Was it there when I was still there?
Or
did it?
I don't know. Because I remember I think when I first had it, you already moved away, but I'm not sure if it was there before.
Yeah, I think it was. It was new. I don't remember it.
Yeah, probably.
Was it? What kind of stuff do they have there again? Sorry.
I mean, they had obviously they had a lot of different sushi. I think my favorite one was like the chicken teriyaki roll.
No.
It was like it was like chicken teriyaki like with cucumber, lettuce, and they put like I forgot what sauce it was they put on it, but that was probably my favorite one. They also had, I remember I really liked their garlic fried rice. It was very filling and like pretty big, but then I loved it a lot and I could eat a lot, so it was perfect for me. They also had a variety of like different noodles, like they had like the typical like soba and like udon, I think. But they also had they had like yakisoba and dry noodles as well. And they have a bunch of like different meat type dishes. Like I remember one of the dishes I ate was like called like gyukatsu or whatever, where like it's like a katsu, but you cook like the meat on the hot plate before eating it. That was pretty nice.
Oh, they give you like the hot plate.
Yeah, they give you like a little hot plate thing. And they don't usually give that, but it's just like for that dish, I guess.
Actually sounds nice.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I think that's it. Derek is the one who actually like introduced me to that, and then I just took my family there like quite often because they all loved it. I loved it.
For me, I love me some gazminicomas. You don't know what that is, but you will have it when you move here eventually, Jeremy.
Hell yeah.
It is the best. It is so good. It's just a lot of Mexican dishes, but like I thought it was like authentic, but apparently it's made by like two people from America that like came over and were like, hey, there's not enough Mexican food, let's make some.
Mm.
Seems
I
nice.
usually get these things called the Cali burritos, where they put like chips inside the burrito.
Ah, I've never had that type of burrito before.
It is so it's like a normal burrito, but then they just add extra chips in it.
Huh.
They usually wrap them in this like tinfoil thing.
Oh yeah.
I haven't met anyone who's done it yet. But whenever I eat it and I open up the tinfoil and go for a bite, my lip usually like scratches against the tinfoil and I just start bleeding.
Oh, I've done okay. My lips haven't like bled before, but like I've done that before, where it just scratches the tinfoil.
Did that? And I did it in my school uniform as well. It's a
Oh
white shirt.
no.
That sounds rough.
It's the worst thing.
No.
But yeah, that'd have to be my favorite. And if you ask Daniel, he'd have the same response.
I'd love to try that as well. I mean,
So-
I remember. I don't think I've been to many Mexican restaurants actually. Like I just remember Amigos in Indonesia, but like I think that's kind of it.
Mm.
I've had like I've had chimichangas and burritos. I think I prefer burritos a lot more.
I think the
That's
ones
just
I've made for the chili, it's more Texas Mexican rather than authentic Mexican.
I mean, usually I don't eat chili anyway. Like I can't handle spicy food at all. So
No, the one I make, I don't add. Well, I add spice, but nothing spicy, so it's not spicy. But yeah, I don't think
not
that's
spicy
nice.
spice.
nice. I mean, well, yeah. No,
Yeah, I mean there
yeah,
are
I get
many
you.
spices.
So what's your favorite restaurant, Yuki? You haven't told us.
Yes, I know. There's two. One's called Les Cocottes, French restaurant that's no, not a French restaurant that does Italian food, a lot of food, but mainly they serve meat, and it depends on the time you go there, but sometimes they sell exotic meat like bear meat. The last time I went there, they served bear meat. So and they had, and yeah, so we ordered some bear meat, some deer meat also, and also cow beef, because you have to have beef for this. Yeah, so we had a plate
Game
full of
meat.
bears, deers, and cow tongue and beef.
Do you like game meat? Do you like that?
I like to try new meat, but yeah, bear meat wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. Yeah, it's not like you're eating a frog or anything. It's more, a big creature. So
I mean,
yeah,
I've had
frog,
frog before.
I haven't had it. I probably
think
will have.
I think I had it like in Cambodia, where there was like, because like, it was like on our advisory retreat or whatever, and one of like the challenges was in like a scavenger race thing, and one of the challenges was to like finish this like plate or like this bowl. Like each team had to finish like the bowl of whatever like was in there before moving on. A lot of it was like fried bugs and stuff. I think like I got like a fried frog or something, because like it was like massive in my mouth. Like it was so hard to finish it because it was just big, and I could like feel like the legs like poking my cheek as I ate it.
Did you have to eat it whole?
Oh,
Or I mean, well, okay, like I don't know if it was like which parts I ate. It's hard to remember, but I just like I'm pretty sure that was like a frog, because like those legs were pretty damn long.
Damn.
wow.
Yeah, but I'd love like I know I love like eating roast duck in like different restaurants. So I'd love to try more game meat. Like I like kind of like the flavor that you get from game meat. So I'd love to try more.
Is duck considered game meat?
I think so, or I'm pretty sure it's game meat.
You can just get it Duck King, right?
Yeah, Duck King, a lot of other Asian restaurants.
Yeah.
I had duck last night.
Whoa.
Oh,
The
yeah, I just
other
searched that.
restaurant. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry. I just searched up. It says game meats refers to meat from any animal that's like hunted for food and not typically raised on farms. So, and it says like common types of game meat include deer, rabbit, and duck. So yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I think I have another favorite restaurant.
Do you want to? Yeah, you can go first, Adam.
I don't know. You're still talking about your.
Okay.
Wait, it's an
my-
Italian place that sells bear.
No, it sells meat, and Italian restaurants. It's pizza, lasagna, spaghetti. The bear was there because they arrived there. It's not a common food that they get. I guess it's in the time. You're lucky if you get bear meat, or
Oh, is it like a special where it's
Yeah,
like
it's a
if
special.
they just happen to have it?
Yeah, the beef, the deers, they're I think common in that restaurant, but the bear meat was a rare treat that was there when I was there, which was lucky me.
Mm.
And then I got another one, but Adam, if you want to go first, you can go first.
No,
Okay.
that's fine. You can go ahead.
My second favorite restaurant's called Hasamu. It's a burger restaurant. It's the restaurant that you should try, Adam. I think you'll like it. Maybe you too, Jeremy. I think it's it's not like McDonald's burger, but it's like the big burger that you can order. It has their original. The place sells original sauce that you can't get anywhere, which they make and which tastes really really great. And yeah, it's there's a variety of burgers. So there's like 16, 20 choices you can pick from. So it's really good. And then there's like you can choose the size of the meat, and then you can add toppings, and yeah, it's a lot.
Do they serve it in like those like giant metal rods that like they poke like that they keep the whole burger?
No, they don't have a
fitted
rod.
through?
No, they just put it on the plate, and then you have the paper, where you put your burger so that they don't fall. But they don't add the rods. They just put it in the paper so that you can just eat it. The first time I tried to eat it, I think I nearly dislocated my jaw because of the size of it.
That is very concerning.
Yeah, it was close to my house, and then I still go there. It's really really good. Yeah, Adam, you can go with your second one now.
There's this restaurant nearby that I usually go to called Shalom, and even though it's got like a Jewish name, it's one of the best restaurants because it serves Indonesian food, and it is the best thing in the world. I haven't had Indonesian food like that here in like
a little home away from home.
Yeah,
exactly. It's so good. It's so good. It's like, I don't know, it just tastes authentic.
What type of Indonesian food do they serve?
A lot.
Like just a variety.
Nasi kuning, nasi campur, sop buntut. They've got noodles. They've got like little like entrees with like somai. They literally have everything. It's kind of mad, and they always have teh bottle stacked in the fridge, which is like $2.
Nice.
So you just it's so good. It's so good.
I think I really like out of the Indonesian food. I probably really like Padang food the most, I guess. But that's probably also because it's like also just like it's like rice and dishes. Like I remember eating Padang food a lot at a restaurant called Pagi Sore. Do you know that one? Okay, but yeah, they serve like a bunch of like like they give you like a bowl like of rice, and like you can choose like I think you can like choose like which dishes you want. Like they serve it all at once, like plates stacked on top of each other. I just remember. I mean, I probably just really like because like the chicken tasted really good. But I also remember eating Padang food like in other school trips before, like on my arts and culture trip for that was like my ESP in 8th grade. I think there we had Padang food there as well. That was pretty nice.
It's
I
usually
remember.
kind of expensive. It's usually not expensive. It's usually kind of spicy.
Yeah, but I can't eat or like
Yeah,
I just
fair
don't eat
enough,
the
yeah.
spicy stuff. I remember like on my ESP trip there, I was I remember like my friends there were eating the food or like when we were at the Padang restaurant. One of them had or it's like they had gado, and it was just like one of or I think that one's like the one that he ate from was like really spicy. You just have to drink so much water. And then there was like another one of like another one of our trip mates, like she and you know how they give you like water to like clean to clean your hands
Oh,
to
did
make
she
the bowl.
drink that?
She ended up drinking from that. So we were just all very
Wow.
like concerned for like 20 minutes because like we weren't sure if like anything was gonna happen or not.
Sounds rough. Very.
Yeah, but that ended up being a pretty nice trip.
Well, does anyone else have another favorite restaurant to talk to, or?
No.
I guess
Okay.
not.
Yeah. I guess.
Making me hungry now.
Yeah, you can eat soon, Adam. Well,
I
Jeremy,
guess since I can't
thank
really
you for
answer the question. Yep, thanks for
your
letting me be here.
participation. Yeah, thank
I will
you.
now take my leave and go and eat roasted seaweed. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Well, that's a very nice conversation we had. Yeah, there's lots of great restaurants in the world, and we will not have time to go to every single one of them, but we can always try, right, Adam?
Or you can just go to the same restaurant that you like.
Yeah, or that works too. Well, this episode's the Rosary. This is episode one episode before the finale. It's gonna be building up to the finale, so it's a big episode. And ever since we learned Gary, the audience and the group learned about Barbara Morgan, who is she towards John, and did John and Barbara have a relationship, blah 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 blah. It's the question that'll be answered in the next episode, but in this episode, once again, Barbara, since Barbara has been stalking the Dixons and their house, this time what Barbara does is she runs into Sophie while Sophie's on her run around the house, and then Sophie invites Barbara to her house, which she enters, but as soon as she enters, she leaves, creating more mystery about who Barbara Morgan is towards John. It's a very strange character that we'll learn more in the final episode in the first part of second season. So please stay tuned. This episode is mainly about Maggie and her surgery. As you know, Maggie in the previous episode, Maggie is able to get to is in remission, or basically her breast cancer's tumor is small enough that they can have the surgery. So Maggie is preparing for that surgery, and Maggie, Gary's always there for him, comforting him before the said surgery, which is gonna be something scary for both of them, because there is a chance that during the surgery, any operation, you could die. That's a reality. But most of the time, most surgeries are safe if they're performed by a competent doctor. But yes, yeah. And then in this episode, Catherine is taking Theo to the a field trip in the aquarium, and Theo's having a very bad day. He's having nosebleeds. He's forgot his lunch, so and yeah, so he's not having a good day. I think everyone had one of these days, right, Adam? Adam?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And then we move on to where Regina and Delilah are in the basically at the restaurant, and they're working at the restaurant, but the problem is the fact that Delilah asked her friend, who's gonna be her boyfriend soon, to get the liquor license. So there's this partnership between them now. So there's this tension between Regina and the Regina Delilah's friend, because of the fact that Regina wants to take this restaurant to a certain place, while the boyfriend has 5 successful restaurants. So he's trying to help them by
Right.
telling them what to do, which it's not it's a kind gesture, but yeah, it's a very hard situation. And then we go to Gary's surgery, where Gary meets Maggie's mom in the most awkward and uncomfortable way possible. In the parking lot, Gary's trying to park his car. Maggie's mother, who Gary didn't know was her mother, was also trying to park a car in that the same parking spot, right? Maggie's mother and Gary gets in a shouting match over the parking spot. And when Gary won and parks this car, he tells his experience to Eddie and Rome, and then they find out that Maggie's mom was the person Gary has been shouting. And it's a really funny scene, but it's a shocking scene where, Gary's first impression is already ruined with the fact that that Gary took the parking spot and shouted languages that swear words, and it was crazy, basically. And Gary starts to regret what he did, but Maggie's mother has already made up her mind about Gary at this point.
Right.
We go back to Theo. Theo's having a bad day, nosebleed, forgot his lunch in the aquarium. And so in order to cheer up Theo, Catherine calls Eddie, because of Eddie, to cheer him up. While the phone call is happening, on the radio in the aquarium, Eddie's song starts singing "Unexpected" from episode 5. Yeah, so his song is singing. So his song is booming, basically, because he sold it to another person, and his song is really booming. But Theo tries to cheer up Gary. No, Eddie tries to cheer up Theo, which slightly works, which is a good thing. And then Gary learns that there is a situation in the OR, but we don't know who's having the situation. Is it Maggie? Is it someone else? So both Gary and Maggie's mom, comes to the reception to demand for answers, which they can't get, which is unfortunate. Very, very bad. And Maggie's mom starts to realize how much Gary cares for Maggie because he straight away rushed to Maggie when his problem when when there was a sign that Maggie might have been in danger or complication with the surgery.
Mm.
And then next moment we meet one of my favorite characters that recurring characters that's going to be more significant in the second season's first part. PJ. PJ comes around and apparently has stolen Rome's script of his movie, or because it was sitting on the chair, so I thought it was just a book to read. So PJ read the script, and Rome got slightly upset until he realized, until TJ tells Rome that this story is exactly how he feels. He feels depressed. He feels lost, just like Rome did, because of what Rome felt in the first episode, nearly committing suicide by taking pills. When he learned that John's dead, he spit out all the pills and is still alive. And so Rome lets PJ read the rest of the script because Rome learns that this script is really, really good. So that's Rome lets him read the book or the script, and more of him is gonna be appearing throughout the episodes.
They're just setting him up.
And then setting his story up because he's gonna be very significant in the second season's first part. And then Gary finds Maggie's mother at the church, or where you pray in the hospital wings church, and that's where Gary and Maggie's mom starts praying for Maggie to recover, because of that one complication that happened. So they start to talk about how much they both care about Maggie, and they start praying for her to survive and get better. So that's when they both start connecting, because of how much they both care about Maggie, and the entire situation about their meeting starts to resolve basically. And then after that, PJ starts to talk to Rome about, after reading the entire script, PJ and Rome start talking, and PJ's 17 at this point, so he's went through his childhood, and he's in his teenage years, and he feels depressed, lost. So Rome and PJ start talking about how similar they are in the way of how Rome felt depressed. So Rome and PJ connect with each other in that certain way. Basically, it's a nice, and it's a very nice relationship that's gonna continue throughout into the next season. And then Regina and Delilah at is working at a restaurant, and Regina is summoned by two customers basically. Regina thinks there was going to be a complaint, but no, these two couples were loyal customers of Regina's previous restaurant that shut down, or broke down, and the two tells her that they've been waiting for this restaurant to open and eat the risotto that Regina made, because it's very special. And Regina starts crying because because she has some loyal followers that makes her think that she is in control of the restaurant, unlike what she thought previously, where they had the disagreement with Delilah's friend, basically.
Mm.
And then in the end, Maggie survives the surgery, and
That's good.
when Maggie wakes up, Gary and Maggie's mother is standing by her side, and she's alive, or she survives the surgery. And then Eddie comes back to his house and starts telling Catherine about the future. The future is going to be very complicated, but they start forgiving each other, and they start kissing. But since Theo has some night terrors, it's interrupted by Theo's night terrors, but then in the next morning they all wake up in Theo's bed, all three of them sleeping next to each other, which is a very sweet moment. Very sweet. That's great. And then Rome finally tells Regina about the fact that Rome has finished the script and he wants her to read it. So his movie is going to be very, very crucial throughout the next 2 more seasons. Basically, it's going to be what he's going to be working on, basically.
Mm.
And then Eddie and Catherine, even though their relationships are very has become very close, they decide to sign a paper, and they hug it out after they sign the paper, which we don't know what it is yet, basically. And then in the end of the episode, well, before that, Maggie and Gary talking after the surgery, and Gary and Maggie are now good. They're in a good place within the relationship, because Maggie's better. Gary doesn't have cancer. They are both in this great place, which is a nice place to see the couple as, I guess. And while Delilah's sorting through the Dixon, sorting through John's stuff, he finds an album with Barbara Morgan and John and someone else in the photo. And Sophie recognizes Barbara Morgan, and she realizes the person she brought into her house that while she was on the run was the person Barbara Morgan, and that they knew that Sophie learns that Barbara and John knew each other, creating more mysteries on who this Barbara Morgan is in the season finale, which is going to be the next episode.
Are they going to reveal who Barbara Morgan is?
Yes, and Barbara Morgan's going to be a key player, a key returning character in season 2. So yes, it's going to be very, very interesting.
Mm.
Well, I'd like to thank Jeremy for a very successful conversation, and I would like to thank the listeners for waiting for this episode. But yes, we'll have more episodes soon, and don't worry, the season finale will be on its way. So thank you for listening. We'll see you next time, and thank you for listening, and hope you have a good day.
See you.